He said, you were in your phone too. Yeah. I'd like to be able to tell you, as I told them, that I was gauging myself for the delivery, which is partially true. I was, just not at that time. I was fucking around in my phone, but they gave me a warning. Oh, did you see that? He said, I hope this, kind of makes you more aware. And I said, yeah. And I thought, more aware of when cops are around. But anyway, so I got a warning. Amen. It was just a warning. What else is going on? So I mentioned that the electric is getting hooked up. The wood stove is piped. It needs a little something at the top. There was a glitch in the system there that we weren't aware of, but we're going to do it. I did want to make notes and don't understand wood stove. So I've been using the wood stove. It's been nice. I was thinking about the breakdown of time, because don't I always? Technically, we're in week 7 of the Freedom Tour. Not that it's even really started as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, however, I'm counting it as 6 weeks because week 1 is 0, the void, always. And that week was just such a void. I was just out of the homestead. Everything here was piled and cluttered and not even close to organized yet. And I spent that week doing rehearsals and trying to get settled in here. So it was a void where all things exist, but nothing has formed. So I've then got 2 sets of 3 weeks. Staying true to form. The first 3 weeks were all about the self, about getting things, continuing what I started in the void, getting my life settled and organized and routined again, and the altar and devotions and finding my system and my routine and making it work. Then these last 3 weeks have been about kind of taking it out into the world and making it work more. I'm not sure about these next 3 weeks. 2 of them are still in October. It's very interesting. So 3 weeks, 9, that will take me up to the end of the first week in November. So we've still got 2 weeks of show. Is that right? This week? Next week? No, it will take me to the end of October. And we've got 3 weeks. So 0, 1, 2, 3. This is why it's so hard to track divinity and how it works in our lives, because it gets so very complex and detailed. I'm just looking at where the trip falls, and I'm struggling with the trip because I've been doing all right financially. I'm still doing all right, but I'm trying to do so much at once, and I still have so much to do. And I could do a lot if I canceled the trip. I could take care of the last round of stuff before I get into paying for Artemis and paying the garage bill. I could take care of the last round of everything. There's 2 big expenses yet and lots of little miscellaneous stuff. But I'm not canceling that trip. I could cover all of that and have money left over. Just if I canceled the trip now and used the money that I paid for the lodging, because I'd get a full refund. But I am not canceling this trip. I kind of need it now more than ever. So as usual, when I sit down, as frustrating as everything is for me right now, and I want to touch on that. I didn't make a note about it, but that triggered me. I do want to talk about that a second. As frustrating and difficult as everything is on me right now, it's staying true to form. It's following the pattern, so it must be divine. I can't. However, I want you to stop for a moment and think about, or try to imagine the absolute mind fuck this must be for me. Let's take a step back to 2018, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was working at the theater. I was working at the seasonal store, and I was living at Old Geistopia, spending most of my time in the cave, and I was absolutely miserable. I was so miserable that by December of 2018, they had me in the hospital on suicide watch for several days. right? So got through that, gave them the old razzle dazzle. And then by February, the beginning of February, I was just done. I couldn't do this anymore. And I left and chose homelessness. I gave up everything. I sacrificed my time and my relationship with my daughters. Didn't realize I was sacrificing the whole relationship at the time. Was homeless for 4 years. Found the homestead and worked my ass off to keep it. And then all of a sudden, wham, bam, pick up your cash off the nightstand and get the fuck out, bitch. It was all gone. Just boom. And where am I now? Living at Old Geistopia in the cave, doing a show at the theater and working a shift a week at the seasonal store. The brain just kind of stops on that. So just as we struggle through my journey, keep that in mind. When I think about it, it hurts. So I have to try not to think about it, which is all part of everything else that's coming up here. For instance, lesson of the week, embrace it. I fucking hate being here, so I'm gonna embrace it. It's where I'm at. Hating it isn't gonna make it any better. So I've been embracing it and making the most of it and just kind of trying to settle into it and be okay with it. And you always have what you need, and I have enough of what I need to not bitch. I'm feeling so lost in life because what just happened? So I'm embracing it. I'm going to feel lost. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love it. I'm going to embrace it. And by that, I mean, I'm not going to try to find my direction or focus on any particular goal. I'm just going to be until life figures it out, because I have no clue. And that's fine. Focus on right here, right now. Isn't that what we're supposed to do anyway? Feeling alone, I got to embrace it. Just enjoy the solitude, the quiet, the ability to just be, the freedom to be me and be alone. You're not alone. You've got me. That does not make me feel any better. Does it help when I remind you you've got Johnny too? Oh dear Lord, take me now.